Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a 6-month update on my Samsung Jet 60 Pet Stick Vacuum. It's still in really good shape and I've only dinged it just a few times. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The suction on this thing is still so good. I use it to vacuum my carpets still all the time. And it still gets so much stuff out of my carpets. So I'm glad to say that the suction has not diminished at all. I will say that most of the time when I do have stick vacuums, it does take a year or more, as long as you're taking care of the vacuum, for the suction to start decreasing anyways. So I'm not surprised that this thing still has full suction. Now, I was worried about the battery life because I did see a lot of people talking about how the battery life seemed to diminish. Mine didn't, so I'm not sure if it's because of the way I hang up my vacuum. Like, I know that most people, their battery is plugged in every time they're not using it, and that's not the case for me because I haven't put my battery charger up on the wall. So I really only plug it into charge when it's out of battery, and then I just plug it back into the vacuum and let it sit there. So that might have saved my battery, I really don't know, but I don't have any issues with the battery going downhill at all. It still works the same amount. I can vacuum most of my house with this, but I can't vacuum the whole thing. I can vacuum maybe about 1,000 square feet before the battery does die. I do have another vacuum that I use as my main vacuum, so it's never bothered me that I can't vacuum my whole house with this one. I do use this one every day for just vacuuming around the house, and that's what I bought it for, and it still does great with that. Like I said, the battery is still working really good for me. One thing I want to share about this vacuum is that it almost never clogs, and that's really awesome because a lot of times my stick vacuums clog pretty easily, and for some reason this one has only ever clogged one time, so that's definitely been a huge benefit. I only vacuumed this carpet about 2 days ago, and this vacuum was still able to pick up a lot of debris off my carpet, so I'm just really satisfied with the suction. I really thought that I was going to use the pet attachment a lot more, but I really didn't. I really rarely use it, and I think that's because the only place I really have pet hair is where I groom my bunny. And whenever I brush him, a lot of hair comes off of him and it gets on the carpet right here. And it's really the only place. And the stick vacuum does pretty much a perfect job getting it all off. So there's just not really a good reason for me to use the pet attachment. So yeah, as you can see, it just kind of pulls it right off of there. So I haven't used that as much as I thought I was going to. But I do think that if somebody has like a golden retriever, you know, on their couch or even in their car, on their cloth seats or something like that, like I do feel like that attachment would be used a lot because it does do good with the hair. So even though I don't use it a lot, I do definitely think there are people out there that would. One thing that I do use the pet attachment on is like couches and things like that. This is my kids' couch. It's like this cute, adorable little cushion couch that we bought them. And I do use it on there. It gets dirty quite a bit, and since this thing has like a little mini roller brush on it, it really works well for special situations like this. One thing I want to mention that I think I forgot to mention in my first video is that that pet hair attachment can also attach to the long stick attachment, so you can use it to vacuum maybe a portion of your carpet that has a lot of fur on it. Because I know people have animals that like to go and sit on a specific spot or something, and it makes that spot really furry. So you can use it as a regular vacuum and be standing up and use that hair attachment. So that's just some useful information that I thought you guys might want to know. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about pretty much the only negative thing that I have found about owning this vacuum for 6 months, and that is that I just don't really like using it on my car. I often use my stick vacuums on my car. It's just easier for me than dragging the whole shop vac out, and if my car isn't super dirty, then I just prefer to use a stick vacuum. And that one is really hard to use because the top part of it is so big that I can't really get it under things, and since the car has a lot of tight spaces, I just kind of have quite a bit of trouble moving it around in there. If you have a bigger, like a bigger SUV, I do think it might be a bit better in there. I don't know, but I personally wasn't crazy about it in this type of situation. I do have another vacuum that can get under there quite a bit easier because it's just smaller, and I'm just showing you guys this for an example. It can fit under the seat a lot further than the Samsung can. So for vacuuming the car, I would just say it's probably not great, so don't buy it if that's what you're going to use it for. Obviously, I use my Samsung for lots of other things, so it's not a big deal that it really doesn't fit cleaning out the car well for me because I use it for so much other stuff. But I just did want to mention it just in case someone was, I don't know, maybe looking for a vacuum that they were going to use a lot on their car. You should be aware that because it's so big, it's very difficult for it to fit in tight spaces. And here's a picture just to show you guys how much bigger that one is than the Makita vacuum that I'm using here. It's just quite a bit bigger, so that's just like a size comparison to see why it can't really fit into the small places. So now I'm just going to show videos of me thoroughly cleaning my vacuum while I talk about my final thoughts on it. I really can't tell you guys how happy I am with this vacuum. I am so happy about it. I pretty much love everything about it, and I think one of the awesome things about this vacuum is the ease of maintenance, and it's incredibly easy to clean. You guys, if you saw my first video, you know everything is just really easy. I don't have to stick my hand down in the dirt cup to get the dirt out. It just all comes out. And I don't have to try hard to get the brush roller out to clean all the hair out of it. It just pops out super easily. And that's a big deal for me, is just having easy maintenance and making it so that if you do have to clean it regularly, it's not going to be this huge, long, drawn-out process. It is pretty cool too that it says in the instructions that some of these pieces can be put in the dishwasher, and I just find that to be really convenient and also unique because I haven't owned another vacuum that will allow you to put pieces of it in the dishwasher. This vacuum isn't that lightweight, just so you guys know. It is a bit heavy, so I feel like you should keep that in mind just in case you're thinking about maybe buying this vacuum for an elderly person or something like that. That might not be the best choice for them because of the weight. Doesn't bother me at all, but it's just something that I think you guys should keep in mind. I really can't find anything negative to say about this vacuum, other than it's a little hard to vacuum the car with it. It's still doable and will do the job, but it's a little bit hard for me, and I prefer a smaller vacuum for that. But other than that, I pretty much can't find anything negative to say about this vacuum. The battery still works great, the suction is awesome, every piece is incredibly easy to clean, and yeah, I'm just super, super happy with my purchase. And I also want to mention that all the attachments that it came with still work really great. None of them have broken and nothing's wrong with them at all, so I'm really pleased with that as well. I would say that so far it's the best stick vacuum I've ever owned, so I definitely would recommend it 10 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you want to let me know what you think or if you have any questions about it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.